attention to every single details. That's the great thing about him, and that's one thing I think has been amazing for me working with Nabians. The fact that you can reach out to them when you need help and they're willing to respond. The fact that when you're stuck, sometimes I send Mr. Ayobami, I'll send them messages like 12 midnight, I'll drop messages when I'm trying to do something and they'll get back. They put you through. The hand holding is amazing. For example, personally, I joined the program when the program had started. I didn't start the program with them from the beginning because I didn't know. I was just having a conversation with a friend and I said, oh, I want to do this. And she said, oh, there's this company, but they've started. And I was like, I can catch up. And she said, oh, let me speak and see if they can sign you up. So I actually came in. The program had gone like a week or two before I joined, but the hand holding was amazing. Recently I had to share my portfolio with someone and the person was like, is this really your portfolio? Like, how many months did you say you've been on this program? Now, going back to how I was able to get an offer, it still comes back to the fact that you're made to pay attention to details. I remember doing that dashboard, and when I was done, I sent it to Mr. Ayo. He still told me, we still need to put one or two things through. This still needs to align. And I was just telling myself, what is wrong with Mr. Ayo? Please leave me alone. It's my first time. You want to kill me? And he kept saying, no, Mrs. Ola, we need to make this professional. This is good, but you can still align it like this. You can still do this, So that's making sure that what you're doing is perfect. And by the time I put it out there, people didn't even believe it was my first dashboard I was putting out there. And then someone reached out to me and said, oh, they had a job they were supposed to do somewhere. And they wanted me to work with them on that job and do the data.
Fantastic. You guys are all welcome. Confirm you can hear me loud and clear. Confirm you can all hear me loud and clear. We're about to have a very fantastic ride tonight. So confirm you can hear me loud and clear so that we can set the ball rolling. Fantastic. Great. My name is Mohammed Suleiman, Chief Operating Officer here at Nabians Analytics. And tonight we're going to have a fantastic session where you learn certain things about the job market, the tech job market to be specific. So if you've been considering or trying or have ever even tried of getting into tech, then tonight's session is going to do you a great deal. So some ground rules: use the chat a whole lot. Okay, it's going to be an interactive session, so use the chat a whole lot. All right, listen very attentively as well. And then if there's anybody who you think should be in tonight's session that is not yet here, send them the link, let them join. We are about to start. Meanwhile, I am joining in from Lagos. I want to know where you are joining us from. Type it in the chat. Let me know, where are you joining us from? I'm joining in from Lagos, Nigeria. So let me know where you're joining us from. Let's see, where are you joining us from tonight? Where are you joining us from? Umahia, fantastic. You're welcome. There are Abuja, Port Harcourt, Calabar. Great, fantastic one. All right, so in tonight's session, we'll be learning a whole lot. We are almost 200 persons on this call. We're expecting even more people to join us as we go. So while the session is on, I will be sharing some materials on my screen. You're going to see my screen anytime soon. You're going to see some materials on my screen. This session is equally recorded. So if at all you want these materials mailed to you after the session later on, you would need to fill out the attendance form in the chat. So look out. One of my team members will be in the chat posting a link to fill the attendance form, and ensure not to miss out on that. All right, so I'll share my screen now. So we set the ball rolling. People who are not yet with us are about to miss something right now. So once you can see my screen, type crystal clear in the chat so I know you can actually see my screen. Once my screen comes up, type crystal clear in the chat. You see my screen in 3, 2, 1, and now. So type crystal clear in the chat. Let me know if you can see my screen before we set the ball rolling. Great, crystal clear, and I can see people joining in from Ogun State and the likes. Brilliant, brilliant. So, like I said, we're about to learn something very fantastic. So, ensure to pay attention. If you're in a noisy place, please leave that place. It's about to go down. Now, we're about to go from zero to hero, especially around upskilling in high in demand tech jobs, especially as a Nigerian. But first things first, right? First things first. Okay, first things first. Like I said, my name is Muhammad Suleiman. I'm the COO here at Nebiat Analytics. I've been in the space for close to a decade now, and I've worked with top firms like Alfa Romeo in the US. I did that remotely from Lagos. So if you're also looking at remote jobs, you are in the right place. You are in the right place. I was also opportune to have the opportunity to mentor till date over 3,000 Africans to switch into the tech space. And I've also been a LinkedIn database top voice. I also transitioned into tech. My first degree was in mechanical engineering, but today I call myself a successful data analyst and data scientist. So if you want to follow in my footstep, you're in the right place. All right. So let's go ahead and go into the next things. For those of us who are joining us for the first time, Aviant Analytics and EdTech firm, what we are here to do is to help Africans transition into the tech space. Since inception till date, we've been able to help close to a century or even over a century of Africans to get into the tech space around data analytics, data science, and business analysis. By providing them top tier experts to work with them via real world experiences. Now, some of these things, I'll share the details with you as we go on in today's session. But we came here for something exciting, and the roadmap for today, I don't know how many of us are excited to look at or to see what exactly we're going to be discussing tonight. Fantastic. Joseph, you're the first to react. Fantastic one. So we'll first look at some of our students, how some of our students were able to transition from non-tech to tech jobs. And then I'll be exposing some cheat codes to you. Okay, some of the cheat codes. Now, if you don't concentrate when I'm sharing some of the stories of our students, you need to concentrate when I go to phase two. And I'm going to go to phase two very fast. Okay, and then we would end it by a special announcement at the end of the session. And guess what? You will be able to ask me questions, conversation in a conversational manner. So you'll be able to unmute your mic. So if you want to ask me questions later on, ensure to stick to the end of this session so that you get the opportunity to unmute and ask me question one on one. So let's get right into it. I can see a couple of us are excited. Two people typed excited in the chat. Two people typed excited in the chat. Type excited in the chat if you are actually excited so that I know that I am in the right place. Type excited in the chat. I want to know that I am in the right place. Fantastic. Excited. Brilliant. So let's get started. Let's get started. Now, this young lady you can see on my screen, her name is Esther. Esther graduated from the School of Nursing. She finished from the School of Nursing. Very passionate about the health sector. Very quickly, though, she realized that, yes, I am passionate about this sector, but this is not where I want to be financially. Okay, struggling to pay her bills and, what have you. Now, Esther moved very fast. She decided, you know what, I'm going to try get into tech. She chose one of our programs back in February, and fast forward 3 months later, Esther landed her very first tech role as a monitoring and evaluation analyst working with Proud Nigeria Hybrid. So mainly working from home, and once in a while, I'm working in the office. Okay, and you also have Naomi. Naomi, her story is fantastic. So let me share it with you. Naomi walks, mind my word, she works in a francophone country, and she's a Nigerian, meaning she's a foreigner in that country. So a bank bought over her own bank where she works and started laying off foreigners. And she said, you know what? I think the next thing for me career-wise is to get skilled so much so that I can work from home. That was what her resolution was. She decided that, you know what, I'm going to join Naviant. She joined Naviant Analytics, chose her business analysis program, and later on that this year, later on, just after our program, fast forward, guess what? The same organization that was relegating her because she's a foreigner created a new department, asked her to head that department. And the reason they made that decision was because they saw that she was actively upskilling due to her activities on LinkedIn. She was very vocal about it. And that's one of the things that we tell our students here at Naviant Analytics. You can't build stuff and keep it on your laptop. You have to show that you are doing stuff. And there is no better platform to do that than LinkedIn. Okay? There's no better platform to do that than LinkedIn. I've mentioned LinkedIn now, so guys, be very attentive. Okay, because LinkedIn is a superstar platform. All right, it's a superstar platform. Now there are others. Okay, there are others, but allow me to start to share you some valuables that you came here for. Are you with me, guys? Are you with me? I want to start sharing with you some valuables that tonight, when you're done with this session, you say, okay, I came and I learned one or two things. Now, if you want to be able to position yourself to win, it's not about who works hard the most. It's not about who works hard the most. It's not about who burns more night candle the most. It is about who knows the tricks, some of the information that recruiters are using today. All right. So there are some of the tricks recruiters use today, and one of it is this. If you don't know these things, you are likely not going to make very huge progress, right? So here's the trick that they use. Now, recruiters are no longer seeking to hire local talent. And when I say recruiters, I'm talking about recruiters abroad. So let's take USA, for example. Recruiters in the US are no longer looking at hiring talent in the US. And you ask me, Mohammed, why is that the case? Well, instead of paying a local talent around 40,000 US dollars per year as salary, what do? They move towards Africa, looking for an equivalent talent that they can pay in some cases as low as 5,000 US dollars per year. And this is the lowest band. It can range between 5,000 US dollars to 20,000 US dollars in some cases that they are seeking to pay an equivalent talent in Africa. Now, let us take the salary at the lower end, which is the 5,000 US dollars per year. Where are the forex guys in the house? Where are the forex? Give me a thumbs up. Where are the forex boys and girls in the house? I need you guys right now in the chat. So very quickly, 5,000 US dollars per year. How much would you be earning monthly in Naira if your salary is 5,000 US dollars per year? How much will you be earning per month in Naira? In Naira per month, if your yearly salary is 5,000, and this is the lowest end of the salary band you can be paid by recruiters abroad, working remotely from wherever it is you are across Africa for these guys. Oh, fantastic. Somebody says 667,000 Naira per month. Somebody says 625,000 Naira per month. Somebody says 645 per month. Let's take the lowest, which is 625,000 Naira per month. Now, I want you on this call now to tell me, okay, answer for yourself. Don't answer for everybody. Answer for your own self. 625,000 Naira per month. Is that a decent salary for you right now? I mean, I know it can't buy you a Lamborghini or a house in Lekki as of right now, but is that a decent salary for you right now compared to wherever it is you are? Like I said, it's not going to buy you a house in Lekki or in Maldives. It's not going to take you on vacation somewhere across Miami. Okay, but is that a decent salary for you? Oh, fantastic! And guys, if your answer is no, then you should not even be on this call to even start with. Okay, you shouldn't be on this call. But the answer is yes, then fantastic, because this is just the first trick. Somebody said not bad, which is great. So this is the first trick that recruiters use, and some of them pay around times two of these salaries, which is around 10,000 US dollars per year, and they will be saving up to 30,000 US dollars yearly on that talent. So instead of hiring a talent locally, they come to Africa and search. They don't come physically. They look at platforms like LinkedIn for people like you, and seek to hire you, especially when you have the skills that they need. Okay, so moving on from that, give me a second. Moving on from these guys, recruiters are also using AI. They're also using AI. But let me explain. Let me explain. Now, how many of you are currently applying to jobs and all you get back is, we regret to inform you that while your application stood out, we we while your application stood out, we what was it called? We are gonna be moving on. We are gonna be moving on with other candidates who we deem fit for the role. How many of you? How many of you? And if you have questions, guys, again, if you have questions, like I said, write it down. If you've typed any question in the chat, I would not answer now. I would answer after my session ends. So write your question down somewhere else. All the questions you're typing in the chat right now, they are gonna go. Okay, I'm not gonna go back to them. So write it down so that you can ask me after the session. Oh, while you were in the session, you mentioned something like this. Can you have this question? Okay, because down the line, I may also answer a question. Okay, so note your question down. Let us go ahead with the session. So how many of you are currently applying to jobs and getting rejection emails? Except if you are not applying to jobs actively right now. If you're currently applying to jobs, you probably are getting rejection emails. And the reason is because it is an AI that is sending you that rejection, not a human being. And I'll prove it to you today. That is a robot that is sending you rejection. If you get rejection, just know that it's a robot. Nobody has the time to sit down and type that long email, to reject you. It's an AI. So how does it work? You see, when you apply to a job, when you hit that apply button, what you think is that, oh, I've done my application. Now my CV is on the desk of the HR. Capital letter lie. That's a lie. Your CV never goes to the HR first. It goes to a robot called the ATS, Applicant Tracking System. This robot is an AI whose job is very simple. Takes your CV and takes the job description and does a match. It then scores your CV on a scale of 1 to 100. And if your CV scores anything less than 90% in terms of match, then you get an automated rejection email 5 days after you hit the apply button. So they deliberately delay it 5 days so that you don't go into depression and start thinking of harming yourself, going to the lagoon to jump across the bridge, and stuffs like that. So they delay it for a little bit so that it feels like as if somebody checked your CV, when in fact it's an AI. The moment you hit the apply button, it has scored your CV and decided whether to move your CV to the next stage or to send you rejection emails 5 days after you applied. In fact, I had a very funny experience, and let me share that with you. When I was job hunting back in the days, there was this job I applied to. Immediately I hit the apply button, I got an email. So I innocently thought that it was one of those confirmation emails. I don't know, guys. if people who are actively applying to jobs will be able to relate with me. If you are currently applying to jobs actively, when you hit the apply button, you actually get a confirmation email. Oh, we've received your application. Anybody, you received this. So I thought it was a confirmation email. Guess what? I opened the email and I saw, while your application stood out, we regret to inform you that I'll be moving on. And I was shocked that really, like instantly, you did not even wait. You just decided that my CV does not meet the criteria. Okay. Guess what? I thought that was the last thing. The following day, I received the same email again from them. And it felt like, you know what? Maybe you missed that first one. Okay, take this one. So be sure that we are rejecting you. Do you understand that kind of thing? So it was very funny as at the time, but I later understood that the ATS is responsible for sending you a confirmation email and a rejection email. So it could be that whoever programmed it made a mistake and put the rejection email as the confirmation email when they were setting it up. So that may have been what happened. But it just goes to show that nobody has the time to be replying your email, and AI will do that for them. So let's move. Now, for those few CVs that are able to beat the ATS, they move to the HR table. Okay, and only a few people get this opportunity. They move to the HR table. So let's say out of 1,000 CVs that was used to apply to the job, only 10 or 20 would go to the HR table. Now, these 10 or 20 are the ones the HR will then look at themselves. Which means if you got a rejection email, I'm sorry to break it to you, they did not know that you even applied to the job in the first place. That's crazy, right? So the HR looks at the CV and then decides, in most cases, depending on their hiring capacity, they will decide to either invite everybody who passed the ATS stage to the interview, or they will select only a few. They select only a few to partake in the interview. And of course, again, depending on their hiring capacity, they hire 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 people, depending on what they are hiring for. So this is another thing that if you don't know now, or if you did not know this before, then now you know it. Recruiters are using AI. You need to beat this AI one way or the other. And later in the session, I'll tell you how to get past this ATS every single time. Are you with me, guys? Now that you know, the next thing for you to know is how do you get past the ATS every single time? But before we even get to the point of you getting past the ATS, right now as we're having this conversation, there are 35,000 roles that are open globally across data analytics, data science, and business analysis on LinkedIn alone right now as we're speaking. And you still say, oh, I don't have a job to myself. I don't have a tech job, or tech is hard to enter. But guess what? There are over 35,000 open roles. And let's quickly look at it together. Let me see if I can pull up LinkedIn very quickly. Let's go to LinkedIn. So you see, one of the things I like doing is showing people practically what it looks like, okay, rather than just talk my way through it. All right, so you see it for yourself. You can do this as well on your own end. So let's give LinkedIn a little bit of time to load. So while it's loading, we're going to look at LinkedIn. And the reason I'm bringing you to LinkedIn is to show you what the demand for these roles look like. Okay, meanwhile, the attendance form is in the chat. So if you are just joining us, click on that link in the chat box right now. You see a link in the chat. One of my team members is posting the attendance form. So once you filled it, type done in the chat. Because if you don't fill it, you won't get my recording, you won't get my slides, all of these things, you only experience it here and it's done. Okay, all of those value that I shared, you'll be able to get it. So fill out the attendance form so that you get those nice stuff. If you already filled it, type down in the chat. My team member will keep on posting it in the chat so that if you miss the first one, you are able to catch the second one. So this is LinkedIn. Okay, this is LinkedIn, and just for the sake of those who want to connect with me on LinkedIn, let me paste my LinkedIn profile link in the chat so you can connect with me later on or right now. Just send me a connect. I would accept your connection and connect with you on LinkedIn after I'm done with this session. But that's not why we came here, right? We came here to see what the demand is like on LinkedIn. So, and in showing you what the demand for these roles are right now on LinkedIn, in showing you that, I will be inadvertently teaching you how to look for jobs the right way on LinkedIn. Guys, we've not even spent up to 30 minutes in this session. You've learned 2 tricks that are used by recruiters, and I'm about to teach you inadvertently again how to actually look for jobs. Okay, in the process of me showing you what the demand is like, you'll be learning how to actually look for jobs the right way as somebody who is job hunting right now, especially in tech. So what you want to do is you want to come to the search bar on LinkedIn. Oh, I did not even ask. How many of you have a LinkedIn account? Type LinkedIn in the chat if you have a LinkedIn account. Type LinkedIn in the chat. If you have a LinkedIn account, type LinkedIn so I know that I'm speaking with the right set of people. Okay, great. Now, if you don't have a LinkedIn account, guess what? It is easy to open. Okay, it's like opening a Facebook account. In fact, LinkedIn is like Facebook, only that it is for professional, uh, for professional, uh, you know, uh, for professional stuff only. Okay, for professional stuff only. All right. So let's go ahead, guys. I do, but I don't know how to operate it. Don't worry, that's why you are here. Learn stuff. Okay, now you come to the search bar and you search. Let's search for data analyst, for example, data analyst. Okay, data analyst, and hit enter. Search for data analyst. You're looking for data analyst jobs, so search for data analyst. Let me zoom in my screen a little bit so that you can see it. Data analyst. Now, when you search for data analysts, when you search for data analysts, okay, when you search for data analysts, you want to click on jobs right here on the left, jobs. When you click on jobs, guys, when you click on jobs, you will then see data analyst jobs. You just wait for LinkedIn. I think mine is loading now, so let's wait for it. Okay. The first thing you want to do before you even start looking at the results you have is to look at your location. You do not want to leave your location at Lagos, Abuja, Nigeria, Kenya, Ghana, South Africa. You don't want to use that. What you want to use is EMEA. EMEA. EMEA simply means Europe, Middle East, and Africa. For a talent like yourself who wants to expose themselves to global opportunities, putting your own location is a big mistake. Are you with me, guys? Are you with me? Am I making sense, guys? So what you want to put in there is EMEA, which means Europe, Middle East, and Africa. Now you hit the search button. Hit the search button, and you see the results come out. Now, guys, I want you to look at my screen closely. What number can we see here? What number is this? What number can we see right here for data analysts across EMEA? Guys, 13,000, 13,000 plus, 13K plus, which means right now, as we are having this conversation across EMEA, there is a need to hire 13,000 plus data analysts. I've not talked about data scientists. I've not talked about business analysts. And I've not talked about the derivative names that these jobs come as in some cases. You have HR analyst, you have financial analyst, you have supply chain analyst, you have M&E analyst, you have market analyst. You know, I've not talked about those ones. I'm just talking of the classic data analyst. So looking at this now, it gives you a perspective on what the demand for these roles feels like in reality. So I'll leave you to explore the rest. But the key thing is this: you are looking for just one of these jobs. It's just one of these jobs you need to propel yourself into the tech space, right? But what exactly is the issue? Now, the thing is this, yeah, a lot of us, a lot of Africans make a very big mistake in terms of choice of career. A very big mistake. Choose a career path simply because it sounds touche, sounds classy, sounds sophisticated. But that is not what you should be looking at when you want to choose a career path. You need to choose it strategically. Okay, you want to choose it strategically. All right. So, and this just goes to show that even the choice that you make to start with affects your goal, because you're not learning tech for the fun of it. You want to learn tech to be able to make ends meet. I mean, majority of us agreed that 600K plus salary is a decent salary to be earning for yourself right now, right? Like I said, it will buy you a house in Lekki. But guess what? Compared to what the economy is saying right now, to most people, that would be a very good place for you, right? Fantastic. So if you're looking to get a job in this late part of 2025, stroke 2026, guess what? Your career choice is of the utmost importance. So one of the things we did is we looked at the World Economic Forum Future of Jobs report, okay, for 2025. And if you don't know what the WAF Future of Jobs report is, it's a report that is compiled after a meeting of top industry leaders, politicians, world politicians, okay, billionaires in dollars, the economy drivers in terms of people. Okay, they come together to discuss what jobs are likely to, grow the most going into the future. And the report from 2025 to 2030, jobs around AI and information processing technologies are likely to be on the rise. And when you say information processing, that's pretty much data analytics, business analysis, and data science. Okay, so pretty much AI and data is the career path you want to start looking into right now. Okay, so, and it's right there on top of the chart. Now, we looked at job boards like LinkedIn, Indeed, CV Library, Glassdoor, We Work Remotely, Crossover, uh, Adzuna, Micro1.ai, several job boards, okay, where you can actually look for jobs. And we married that with our findings from the World Economic Forum Future of Jobs report for 2025 that I just talked about, which says that jobs around data and AI are likely to grow between now and the year 2030 by another 30 to 35%. Let me put that into perspective, okay? Especially for those of us that may struggle with what I just said. Meanwhile, the attendance is in the form, the attendance is in the chat. Click on that link posted by my team member, fill out the attendance form so that you can have this slide. I have included the link to the World Economic Forum Future of Jobs report. It's a 300-page report. You can read it by yourself, okay, when you get the report. So, all right. Now, we looked at these job boards vis-a-vis the Future of Jobs report. And guess what? We decided that, if you want to get into the tech space relatively easily, you want to look at data analytics, data science, and business analysis as your possible profession. Okay? And the reason is not far-fetched. The reason is not far-fetched. 3 reasons. Number 1, they are easy to learn. Now, when I say easy to learn, please don't be deceived. Okay? Do not be deceived. When I say easy to learn, I am not saying that you can be on a beach. Okay? You can be on a vacation and you just need your phone. to learn. This is not Forex, guys. This is not Forex. Disclaimer. Where are the Forex guys in the house? Okay. When I say easy to learn, what I really mean is that regardless of your current industry or your educational background, whether you have a degree or not, whether you're currently in the banking sector or you are in oil and gas, or you are in sales, or you are in human resource, or um, you are in logistics, whatever case you find yourself in terms of industry, you can actually jump on this, learn it to a satisfactory level. All right. So it seems as if you can't see anything on my screen, right? Let me, yes, whether you're in engineering or in any other sector, okay? So allow me to share my screen once again. I noticed that you can't see anything on my screen. So let me share again. Confirm you can see my screen in 3, 2, 1. So I stopped sharing and I'm sharing back. So I want you to confirm that you can see my screen anytime now. My screen is going to come up. Let's give it a little while. Give it a little while. It's going to come up anytime now. How do you sign the attendance? It's in the chat, okay? Somebody is going to post the attendance form. You see it's a blue link, okay? Just read the instruction, click on the link, and fill out the attendance form if you're interested in getting my materials after the session, all right? Okay, so while my screen is coming up, let me continue, all right? Let me continue, okay? So here's the thing. Yeah, that's the attendance form in the chat. So for those of you asking, when I say there are 3 reasons why this makes sense, is that number 1, it's easy to learn. Okay, I believe you can see my screen now. I believe we can see my screen now, right? You can see my screen. My screen is up now. You should be able to see my screen. Confirm, just confirm before I fly again. You know I'm a pilot. Fantastic, fantastic. I can see it. Brilliant. So let's go ahead. Let us go ahead. Great. So the first thing is it is easy to learn. And like I said, this is not Forex. Okay, where they'll tell you, oh, you just need your phone. In fact, you don't need your laptop. Here you need your laptop, you need your concentration, you need your dedication, you need to show up as required. Okay, but the reason I say it's easy to learn is because regardless of your current experience or previous experience, you can learn this. Now I see Igwe giving a thumbs down. If you can't see my screen, then it is your network. Okay, it is your network. All right, so let's go ahead. It is also easy to transition because I mean, I don't think I need to overflog this point anymore, right? You saw the abundance. You saw the abundance of this career path on LinkedIn just now. You saw it, we saw it together. So for that reason, if you're looking for a job, it's easy to make that switch here simply by choosing this career path. And I think this third reason, I also don't need to overflow it because we already made the point earlier in the session. You have great salary projections, even at the lower end of what the recruiter abroad want to pay you, is still great simply because of the purchasing power parity that you have simply by living here in Africa. Okay, so here is what, like I said, if you have any questions, let's wait till the end of the session. I'll take your questions at the end of the session. If you ask any question now, you're likely not going to get a response until the end of the session. So concentrate on what you need. Concentrate on what you need now. Concentrate on the session. At the end of the session, I'll take questions. Fill out the form to also get my materials. What do you need to become one? Now, if you want to become a data analyst, and I think I'll need my laser for this, so let me pick up my laser real quick. So, if you want to become a data analyst, right, you need to learn Excel, SQL, Power BI, Tableau, Looker Studio, and ChatGPT, which is AI. So knowing these tools will instantly make you attractive to potential recruiters. Normally, they don't even need you to know up to 3 different data visualization tools. But in our curriculum, we included Power BI, Tableau, and Looker Studio for the data analyst track, so that by the time you have this in your CV as a data analyst, we're talking about the data analyst now, guys. As a data analyst, you become instantly attractive. But what's really your job as a data analyst? The job as a data analyst is to go into an organization and get their data. And once you get the data, you turn the data into visualization. You summarize the data in form of charts and visuals that tell a story. That's simply your job. Okay, that's your job as a data analyst. All right. And as a data scientist, okay, you need to learn Excel, SQL, Tableau, Python, GitHub for version control, and AI. So normally as a data scientist, you only need Python and GitHub. Normally, you just need Python and GitHub, okay, because your job is pretty much predicting into the future what is likely going to happen. All right, but we've added Excel, SQL, and Tableau so that you not just know how to use these things as a data scientist, you are also poised, okay, to be able to take on the regular data analyst jobs if this show up. So by the time you cover Excel, SQL, and Tableau, you can start to compete for some jobs pending when you are learning Python. So here at Nabians, we don't ask you to wait until the end of your program before you start applying to jobs. Okay, so this is what you get to learn as a data scientist. And like I said, your job is predicting into the future. Okay, now the third career path is business analyst. If you want to become a business analyst, or let me say, just so I drop my point home, the job of a business analyst is like a project manager pro max. Okay, the business analyst is like the iPhone 17 Pro Max, while the project manager is like the iPhone X. Okay, they are miles apart, right? They are miles apart. So as a business analyst, you use the modern project management skills that cut across agile methodology, process mapping, gap analysis, software development life cycle, documentation, and the likes. Okay, but on top of this, we've noticed here at Nabiat Analytics that recruiters these days, they would say we want a business analyst, but in the job description, they will still add, oh, we want you to know how to analyze data to a decent level. So what did we do? We included Excel, SQL, and Power BI to cater to your business, your data needs as a business analyst, so that when you go out there into the market, you are not stranded like majority of the other training programs will leave you. They'll tell you, come and become a business analyst. You do the course and you still be looking for a job because you are applying to business analyst jobs and they keep asking you for Excel, Power BI, and SQL. And you're confused. What did I learn? What am I being asked for? So we updated our curriculum to include these 3. On top of that, you learn Miro, Trello, and Jira, Azure DevOps, Draw.io, and ChatGPT. All right. So, and that's your job as a business analyst. So, guys, I know you have selected something in the form. For those of you who have filled the form, but regardless of what you previously selected, you can forget about that. Just type it in the chat now. Which one do you want to be? Now that you know a little bit of the differences and what each of them does. Which one do you want to be? You want to be a data analyst or a data scientist or a business analyst? Type it in the chat while we go on with the rest of the session. If you're trying to direct something at me in the chat, my team members will be there, responding to you. Okay, so if you're having issues with the if you're having issues with the what's it called with a form, check your network or try pasting it on another browser. Use another browser to fill the form. Okay, that could help you. All right, brilliant. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead, guys. Now that you've known the 3 different skills, now you need to start taking real steps to start learning. You pick one and you start learning. I saw somebody saying, I want all 3. That is unrealistic. Okay, you can't want all 3. Yes, it sounds fantastic to want all 3, but you have to start with one. Okay, start with one. If not, guess what will happen to you if you're saying, okay, how can I do all of them? How can I do all of them? Here's what you do. You keep on learning and learning and learning and learning and making nothing out of it. Except if that's what you want to learn stuff, good. You are a good learner, fantastic. You are a forever learner, fantastic. But if you want to make something out of it, you want to monetize your skills, you don't want to focus on learning alone. You want to learn and also, put yourself on that pedestal where you get opportunities. My screen is not off. Please, guys, if you can see my screen, type your screen is on so that Felix knows that it's just from their own end. My screen is not off. Okay, my screen is shining like a star. All right. So and I hope we can all see that. Okay, great, fantastic. My screen is not off. Okay, if you can't see my screen, I am very sure that it is your network. All right. So I think that is that about that. Okay, but just to be on the safe side, give me a second. Let me just for the sake of others, let me share my screen again. All right, I've turned it off now. I'll share it again. Okay, give me a second. Let me share it again. So give me a second to share it again so that we are all on the same page. All right, confirm you can hear me now. Confirm you can hear me. Before I attempt to share my screen again, confirm you can all hear me. Okay, great, great. Fantastic, fantastic. All right. Let us go straight. Okay, great. So I will share my screen now. All right. I'll share my screen now one more time, and then you confirm that you can now see my screen. I'll share my screen one more time, and then you can now confirm that you can see my screen. So my screen is going to come up anytime now. Okay, anytime now. So if you have a question, like I said, write it down somewhere so you don't forget. At the end of the session, I'll give you the opportunity to either type it in the chat or mute to speak with me the way I'm speaking with you now. Okay, so but for now, be patient. But let's confirm, just for the sake of those who said my screen is not visible, I believe my screen is visible now. I want to believe and my screen is visible to you now. Great, fantastic. All right, so like I said, the first thing you need to do is to start learning, and the second thing is you brand yourself. And this is one of the things we're going to help you out with at Navient Analytics. We help out with CV assessment, LinkedIn profile optimization, building a portfolio of projects, setting up an Upwork account. We help you out with mentorship. You also have a lifetime interview preparation. You may not know what that is, but believe me, that is one of the fantastic things we offer here at Nabiat. You also get job references. Okay, so you get an offer, you need somebody to stand as a referee for you, you reach out to us, and then you also get on the job support as long as you reach out to us. Okay, even after a program has ended. And thirdly, you get things that help you apply smart to jobs. And this brings me back to where I talked about you applying to jobs. Now, remember I said recruiters are using AI. Who remembers? If you were here early enough, you would have experienced when I said recruiters are using AI to weed out so many people. So you also need to step up your game with AI. Now, what are you going to do? You would build your own ATS, your personal ATS using AI, so that before you apply to any job, you take your CV and the job description and put it into the AI. The AI will then tell you, where to adjust your CV to reach a certain score. And your aim is to get at least 95%. If you want to be on the safe side, at least 95%. 90% is still good. Or let me just say anywhere between 90 to 95% is a good score. Okay, to get you past the ATS at least. So when you do that, it means that when you apply to a particular job, you can't use that same CV to apply to another job without running the check using your own personal ATS again. And if you do that, it means that you will be applying to one job with only a type of CV. Of course, the CV will not be miles apart, but you need to remove some keywords and put in new keywords. And this is what the AI will help you do so that your CV would match the job description well enough to get past the ATS. Okay, so these are some of the things that we give to you here at Navient Analytics. Okay, now Esther got all of these things. Okay, she started learning, she branded herself, posted on LinkedIn, following our instructions. She attended all our sessions, she didn't miss classes. When she missed classes, she went back to the class recording to watch the recording and ask her questions on the WhatsApp group. Okay, she applied to jobs using our tactics, and guess what? She landed her first tech job. Okay, and there are more. It's not just Esther. There are more people. We have Ugochi. Ugochi was a stay-at-home mom. She left the corporate space to start becoming a mom. So she decided, you know what? I am getting back into the corporate space, but I want to try tech. She tried tech, and she chose Navient Analytics earlier this year. Fast forward in June 2025, 1 month after her training program had ended, she got her first tech role as a business analyst. All right, not just to Gucci, we have Mary. Mary saw us on Instagram. She'd been looking for a platform that would help her get a remote work. She joined our program and she got tons of internships. Currently, she's, if I'm correct, in her 4th month in a paid 6 months internship with a long-term contract to follow the internship based on performance. And one thing Mary used to tell us in her testimonial is that, oh, Mohammed, I think the CV you guys gave us did the trick for us, or for me, rather. Okay, and I tell her, Mary, why are you trying to downplay the effort you also put? You showed up for your classes, you did your own work, you asked questions where it was great for you. It can't be just the CV. Yes, the CV may have played a very fantastic role you getting the job, but you were the one who attended the interview. Yes, we prepared you, but you faced the panel yourself. You answered the question yourself. They hired you and not us. So you did the job. So give yourself the kudos as well. That's what I used to tell Mary. Not just her. You have Oluwaseun Ojo. Oluwaseun used to work in a microfinance bank as a risk officer. We happened to meet in a physical event sometime last year. All right, where he asked me so many questions. Okay, and little did I know, apart from the fact that he decided after that event that he was going to join one of our training programs, he started applying some of the tips I gave him. I gave you guys some tips today in this session. I taught you how to look for jobs on LinkedIn. I showed you some tricks that recruiters normally use. Just like that, Oluwaseun started implementing those things immediately. And even before the program started, just with those tips I gave him, he started getting the attention of recruiters. Until date, he's gotten tons and tons of contracts, and he's doing well for himself as a professional right now. And there are many more. Okay, you have Grace, you have Lebura Alawale, you have Helene Okai. Helene graduated with a biology degree from the university. Currently works as a marketing data analyst. Lebura Alawale used to be a teacher before getting into tech. Uduak Basi used to be an ordinary computer operator at an insurance company before getting into tech. So these are people who transitioned into the tech space outside of tech, just like you. Some of the things you also get extra is you get a lifetime interview preparation. So whenever you have an interview coming up, all you need to do is to reach out to us and you get prepared ahead of that interview. You also get a lifetime access to all your training materials, your PDFs, your class recordings, class materials, data sets, anything you use on the program. You have a lifetime access to it. You also have a lifetime access to recommendation letters. Nobody's going to give you that in this age, day, and time. But here we give you at Navient Analytics. You also have a lifetime alumni mentorship. Continue to engage you. We continue to engage you even after the program has ended. No, don't drop your LinkedIn here, please. Okay, don't drop your LinkedIn here. Fill out the attendance form. Okay, I'm not going to use your LinkedIn for anything. So fill out the attendance form. All right. So except you want to send me a LinkedIn invite. So you can shoot me a LinkedIn connection invite and I'll accept it and we can take it up from there. All right. So go on LinkedIn, search my name. You can see my name on my video right now, Muhammad Suleiman. And yeah. So the journey is a 4-month journey, 100% online. So regardless of where you're connecting from, you're good to go. Okay. The classes, the learning aspect of the program or of your journey is 3 months, and then you have a 1-month internship after that. The main classes are during the weekend, Saturdays, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. for 3 hours. And this is on paper. The instructor would extend the class as they deem fit. Okay. But on paper, it's 3 hours, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. You have an instructor in class, build projects with you. So you're going to get your own hands dirty building projects, like as if you are already working the job. So for people who ask, oh, do I need a laptop? Oh, yes, you need a laptop for the job. And because we're going to teach you as if you're on the job, you need a laptop to learn. Okay, you don't need to own a laptop, you need access to a laptop. They are two different things. So for people who really want it, they know what I mean. So on Sundays, you get what we call DID videos, do as I do videos. These are self-paced videos that prepare you ahead of the next class the following weekend. So you can spread these videos across the week. The key thing is for you to find time to complete it. It's those two things for you. So you don't wait 1 week without doing anything related to tech. You immerse yourself in these videos. Prepare yourself ahead of the class. Of course, we know that you don't have computer brains. Okay. Now, this is not to say you are dull or something. I mean, something you're learning for the first time. We don't expect you to grab everything 101%, right? But the key thing is you complete this stuff. So when you come to class, you are not a total blank page. You have an idea, no matter how faint, of what's going on in class, and you can actively participate. And that is very important in your learning process. During the weekdays, you don't have classes, but we still meet with you. On Tuesday evenings, 9 to 10 p.m., we meet with you to support you on any issues you have. So take, for example, oh, Mohammed, I was watching my videos. I was trying the same thing you did. It did not work. Okay. And you didn't have time to ask the question immediately on the WhatsApp group to get help. You come to this session and we'll help you out with that issue. That is what the session is for. No teaching, just you complaining and we're answering. Okay. On Thursdays, 9 to 10 p.m., you get your mentorship session. Okay, where we take you through things that are outside of the technical knowledge you need. So, for example, how do you negotiate a salary during an interview session? Okay, how do you even introduce yourself in an interview session? So these are the things we take you through during the mentorship session. All of this session will be recorded as they are happening and provided to you via your learning platforms. Okay, you're going to use two platforms: the Google Classroom, where you have a lifetime access to, and our bespoke learning management system, where you get your preparatory videos. All right. So, moving ahead, like I said, fill out the attendance form if you haven't already in the chat. You click the link posted by my team member, fill out the attendance form so that you can get access to my slides and you can get access to the brochure. Okay, you can see the brochure here. So you see some of the details of all of the courses. All right. So please don't drop your LinkedIn profile in the chat. Please don't do that. Okay, don't do that. You'll be distracting. You'll be distracting people. Okay, you'll be distracting people. So as you can see on my screen, let me see. Can we still see my screen, guys? Can you still see my screen? Can we see my screen? Kind of project that you will be building. Okay, you're building some of this kind of project using fantastic tools and technologies. All right, so moving on. Okay, these are some of our students, what some of our students have built, and I also included their complete portfolio. Okay, their complete portfolio. In fact, let me even show you what a project portfolio looks like so that you have a good idea of what I am talking about. Okay, let me show you what a portfolio looks like. So if you say you are looking for a job, your recruiter does not care about a certificate, one certificate that you have. What they care about is something like this: a project portfolio that clearly shows what you've been able to build so far. Okay, what you've been able to build so far. Let's reload it again. I hope you can see my screen. So they want a project portfolio where the work you've done, they can see it. So they see a little bit about you, and then there's a little button that says view project. They click on that, and it takes them directly to your portfolio page. I hope you can see my portfolio page right now. I hope you can see my portfolio page right now on my screen. So if you don't have a portfolio, a website portfolio like this, all right, if you don't have a website portfolio like this, all right, then you are wasting time. Okay, you are wasting valuable time. Recruiters only listen to people who have something like this and not the other way around. Okay, whether you have a certificate or not, you should have something like this where recruiters can see what you've been able to build um, within the past few months or weeks, where you build. So I'll give you, Donald, you don't even need the link to my portfolio. What you need is the link, the how to build your own portfolio. That's what you need right now. All right. You need to know how to build your own portfolio from scratch. And guess what? building a website without writing code. That's where we are now. Okay, you won't need to write any line of code, and in under an hour, without any distraction, disclaimer, without any distraction, in under 1 hour without writing codes, you can build such a thing yourself from scratch with one of my materials, okay, which I will be sharing with some people um, tonight or later on, on the depending on who I get to work with. So now, guys, how do you get into our next class? How will you get into our next class? How do you get in? If you want to be part of the people who work with me in my next cohort. Okay, so the attendance is in the chat again. Olarutimi, thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing that. Olawale Olarutimi, thank you for that. Okay, some people are saying they can't see my screen again. All right. Is that the case? Is that the case? Is it your network or my own? Because it seems you can hear me, right? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, great, fantastic one. Oh, I can hear you, but I can't see. That's why I ask, how can you join the? Okay, so how about, all right, so I stopped sharing and I'm sharing again. So you should be able to see my screen anytime soon if you can hear me. Okay, but let me know first that you can hear me and see me. Let's even know that you can hear me and see me. Let me know that you can hear and see me. Oh, I'm audible. Brilliant. All right, great. Jonah, like I said, I'll be taking questions once I end my session. So if you've asked any question before, just know that it's gone, except you've written it down. You write it down so you can ask one after the other after I end the session. Now, how can you join the next cohort starting? Now, the next class is starting on the 4th of October 2025. That's about what, 2 weeks away. You can actually start your journey to becoming a hero from zero. Now, what does it take to join one of our programs? Now, like you already know, we have 3 programs: data science, data analytics, business analysis. Now, regardless of the one you choose, the price of the program, okay, is 350,000 naira. But for those of you who are currently on the call right now, you will not be paying 350,000 naira because you instantly get 100K off. So all the fee you need to pay will be 250,000 naira total. As if this is not good enough, you can also break it down into 3 installments: 85,000 to get started, another 85,000 1 month into the program, and then you finally balance it up with 80,000 the second month into the program, and you're done. If you do your mathematics, that's 250,000 naira. All you need to do right now is to all you need to do right now is to do a direct bank transfer to our Sterling bank account. Okay, 0098999047 0098999047 Debian Analytics Sterling bank account. And once you've done that, you send Mohammed, you send me a direct DM, okay, via WhatsApp. All right, 0703-215-8619 with a proof of payment, and I will personally walk you through. The next steps in the enrollment process. All right, I'll personally walk you through the next steps in the enrollment process. All right. So once you are done, okay, once you are done, ensure to send me a DM so that you can get yourself enrolled. You can also send a DM to 0701 564 7028. Don't worry, you see my screen now. All right, you see my screen once again. So instead of 350, you pay 250,000. You can split it into 3 installments. 85K to start, 85K 1 month later, 80K the following month. All you need to do is to send a direct transfer to our Sterling bank account. All you need to do afterwards is to send us a DM via the line you can see on the screen, which is my own line. If you want to speak with me or you want to speak with our team member, 0701 564 7028. And for those of you who would say, oh, okay, 85K to start, because guess what? This discount is not indefinitely available for everybody. It's just for those who decide to start and lock down their spot tonight. So if for any reason you currently do not have up to 85,000, but you still want to save 100K, you don't want to pay 350,000 eventually, you want to pay 250, you can actually lock down your spot with at least 30,000 naira tonight before I drop off this call. Okay, so I'm going to move on to answering questions in a bit. Lock down your spot with 30,000 so that you don't miss out on these discounts. Okay, lock down your spot so you don't miss out on these discounts. With at least 30,000 naira, you can lock down your spot so that you don't miss out on these discounts while I answer questions. So you got all the reasons you need. All you need to do now is to lock down your spot. So question time. Stanley saying, where's your office located? We operate fully remotely. All right, all the experts you'll be working with are outsourced remotely. Okay, these are people that are located across Africa, so we bring them to you so that you are not confined to a location in terms of the kind of experts you'll be working with. To get to experience experts working across different areas in Nigeria and Africa, so that you can be well equipped to work remotely. Okay, so if you're looking to work remotely, then you should be able to learn remotely. All right, you're also going to be working with colleagues that are outside of your own location. So the best way to connect these days is remotely. So Gift is asking, what's the plan for getting a job after the training? Would there be internship? Gift, you came late to this session. You came late. You definitely came late to my session tonight. That's why I'm asking that question. Can somebody help me answer Gift, please? Gift came late. So, but just short answer, yes, there will be an internship. All right. Chidi is asking, after the upskilling, will one be issued certificate, capital letter? Yes, Chidi. Elizabeth, I'm very interested. If you are interested, Elizabeth, secure your spot. Let's work with you. Donald, sir, please, can you give a guide on what ID to upload for LinkedIn verification? Look, Donald, you are worrying about the wrong thing. You are worrying about the wrong thing. It is not verification on LinkedIn that will get you a job. instead of bothering yourself about verification now, a lot of people come to me and say, "Oh, Mohammed, I want to verify." Instead of worrying about verification right now, why not get yourself a job? Worry about how you complete projects, post it on LinkedIn, and get yourself a job. Okay, verification can come later. LinkedIn is not going to close down your account because you did not verify. Okay, when did they start verification? It was very recently. All right, so don't bother, especially for people like yourself now. Okay, you're just starting out. You don't need to bother yourself about verification. Bother about learning the skill and getting yourself. Yes, they're gonna tell you, your profile will be 6 times. What's that word they use again? 6 times more visible if you verify. That's just to push you to verify. Yes, it's good. I'm not saying you shouldn't verify, but don't worry about verification now. Worry about getting the skills and getting yourself well positioned. Okay. Even if your account is verified, it does not mean recruiters will still not interview you before they give you the job. They will still say, "Come and show your face in an interview." Why do you think recruiters interview before jobs? Why don't they just see your fantastic portfolio and say, "Please just send me your account number. Okay, let me add you to my payroll. This is the job. Start doing it for me," without having a one-on-one with you. So the interview is the real verification. Okay, so don't get things twisted. Then I hope I answered the question. Gift says, "Yes, I came late." So Gift, your answer is yes. Is it 20K for any of them? Yes, for any of them. All right, you choose one, and that's the price for one. Like I said, you don't want to learn all three. That should not be your aim. Else, you catch yourself in a learning loop, a very dangerous place to be in. Learning is good, don't get me wrong. But do you want to learn, and as the prices of commodities are increasing, you are still learning instead of earning? I don't know if you know where I'm coming from. What was your name again? Rebecca. So choose one, learn it, get a job in it, and you're good to go. Let me see which other questions I have. Which other question do I have? Beg your pardon. Will a certificate be given? Yes, I've answered that question. Yes, yes, yes. You'll get the certificate, Angel. All right, Angela, rather. You get a certificate. 3 months training, 1 month internship. Correct. Gift. Daniel Sunday says, is there any difference between data entry specialist and data analyst? See, capital letter, yes. You see, anybody can be a data entry specialist, but not everybody can be a data analyst. In fact, you don't need to learn anything to be a data entry. Data entry means that I wrote, back in the days, I don't know if you've ever experienced this. Back in the days, my mom used to do a business where when any customer comes around, she'll write what the customer bought, the quantity, and the sale. She'll write it in a logbook, or what they call that thing? Invoice book. No, it's not invoice. In a book, she'll write it. Now, you still have till date companies that do that manually. So your job as a data entry specialist will be to take that book and type it into their database. You type it. It's a very stressful job with zero skill and very low pay. So when you see data entry, you do what? You run. Are you with me, Daniel? When you see data entry, run. When you see data analyst, wait. Are you with me? So I hope I answered your question. Paul, you've secured your spot. Send us a DM ASAP. And I send to the number you can see on the screen, or you send it to 0701 564 7028. WhatsApp. Send us a DM ASAP. And if you want to speak with me, if you want to speak, raise up your hand. Use the raise hand icon. I can see Innocent and Donald raise their hand. So I will start calling people to ask questions once I'm done with some of the questions in the chat. Okay, so let me finish with some of the questions in the chat and I'll go to people who raised their hands. Let's see who is the next in the chat now. I don't have a laptop now. I don't have access to a laptop where I am because of where I was posted to. What can I do? That is a very what do I call it now? It's a very dire situation to be in. Okay, and I wish I can help you. But what I tell people is, if you don't have your laptop now, at least find a way to get yourself a laptop. Okay, you sound like you're doing your NYSC, if I'm correct. Adiri Shola or Adiri Sola. I don't know which of the ones is correct that I pronounced, but I think the second one is correct. Okay, so at least get yourself access to your laptop. That's the least you can do for yourself right now. You don't want this reason to be the reason why you missed out. Also, is there vacancy for data entry officer also in Dynamic? Why are you looking for data entry? Why are you looking for data entry? Something I said you should run away from, Daniel. Well, it's up to you, but I've advised you, so it's up to you. Gift says, sir, money no deal. I will try to secure my spot, but must it be to yes, it must be tonight. That's why there's 100K off. Okay, you don't have to do it tonight. You can do it later on, but just prepare your 350K. All right, your 350K should be prepared. So you can actually secure a spot later on, but you'll be needing to pay 350,000 naira. Okay, so the choice is yours. So I'll pause there in the chat for now. Let me go to people who raise their hands so you can unmute your mic and speak with me. Now, ground rule. I'm going to allow people to unmute their mic, but you can only speak with me if I call your name. I don't call your name, please do not unmute your mic so that we can maintain decorum in this session. Samuel Afolabi, your hand is up. Go ahead with your question, please.
Okay, good evening, Mr. Mohammed.
Yeah, hi Samuel.
Currently, I'm actually studying data analytics using Cisco to be precise, and also I want to make use of Udemy along the way. So I got to go. I got to know this platform through Instagram, and then data analysis is all I've actually dreamt of because I just got a laptop recently, so I really want to go fully into it. But this money can actually be a restraint at the moment because using 250K and 100K off is actually a very good thing. But at the long run, I don't. To be very honest, I found myself, so I don't think getting this 250K is actually ideal, or should I say, actually realistic at the moment. If I'm being honest with myself, so and I don't know how long this offer can be up. But since it's said tonight, I don't know. I just don't know because I'm really keen. I'm really keen on becoming one, so I can actually make ends meet sooner or later.
Fantastic. I like your mind.
Yeah, I'm also a mechanical engineer. I studied mechanical engineer. I graduated 2 years ago because you said you're a mechanical engineer. I was like, okay, I need to follow what this guy is doing, and also analytics too.
Great one. Okay, you are my brother in how do I put it now? You are my brother in profession. Let me put it that way.
In degree.
So, in degree, yes. Let me put it that way. So, here's what I would say. So, is it 250K you don't have right now, or 30K to secure the discounts that you don't have? Which one?
250.
Okay, so that means you can secure your spots now if you wanted to.
If like that, the 30K, to be very honest, it will have to be month end before I could get my
month end. Wow.
Yeah.
That's
salary at the moment too. Yeah.
Okay. So here's what I would advise, Samuel. Okay, I see you are interested. All right. So here's what I'm gonna do for you. Send me a DM after this session. Okay. Via my number. You are the only one I'll give that permission to send me a DM that is not the proof of payment. Okay, so send me a DM. Let's discuss on how we can help you out. Because it seems to me that you have, what you need is time. Okay, so but sadly, the discount will be off tonight. But then again, send me a DM tonight so that we can discuss and let's see how you can still get the discounts. Okay. Everybody said they studied mechanical engineering now. All right.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, so all right, so just send me there, okay? But again, like I said, the discount is ending tonight, okay? So let's see how that goes. Let's see how discussion goes later on. All
All
right.
right.
So
Thank you very
Angela,
much.
fantastic, fantastic. So Angela, over to you. Can unmute your mic now and speak. Oh no, 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 not Angela. Angela, sorry, sorry, sorry. I beg your pardon. It is
You
gift
called me
before Angela.
already now. Let me just go ahead. Okay. Okay.
All right,
All
go
right.
ahead. Since I already called you, go ahead.
Exactly. It's going to be very brief. Thank you so much, Mr.
Yeah.
Mohammed. I sent my question earlier,
Mhm.
and I figured other people's questions must have blocked it or something. So I can't make any transactions tonight. I was
Okay.
asking if I could do it before noon tomorrow.
Before noon.
Yes, 12 noon. 12 noon.
Hmm. Most people that will tell me, most people that tell me this, they'll tell me first thing tomorrow morning. So I'm sure they're saying before noon. Is there a reason why it's before noon?
I would be busy tomorrow. I need to go to the bank to lodge my complaint. Right, so I'll be busy in the morning. I can only get to the bank on or before 12. That's why I'm promising before 12.
Okay, okay. Here's what I'll advise you to do. All right, Angela. I mean, I understand where the spot where you are right now. Okay, but if you can, let me mute Samuel's mic. All right. So if you can get someone to make the transfer on your behalf, that will be one of the greatest decisions you make this year. Okay, one of the best decisions you make this year is you get someone to make that transfer for you right now so that you don't miss out. There's no story on the slots. Your own slot is secured. And then later on, you can start to sort yourself out. How about that? Does that work for you?
All right, I'll try.
Fantastic. Okay. So
And if I'm
I'll be
unable
expecting
to, I hope you still consider. But I'll
it's going
try. I'll try.
it depends. Oh, it's going to depend on so many things. All right. Because for example, let me give you a perspective so you understand where I'm coming from. Somebody in this chat is saying, Olawale is saying, everybody needs time because I got this info about this webinar yesterday and I joined today. So I need time until month end to secure my spot. Olawale said, everybody needs time. But guess what? I'm already receiving DMs. So is Olawale right or wrong? Olawale is definitely wrong because
Well,
not everybody needs time.
we have different reasons
Do you
actually.
understand? Exactly. So instead of speaking for everybody, speak for yourself. So you see, as people are registering, um, we have the number we're looking at, so that we don't get too many people into a single class. Do you get my point? So once we hit that number, it may be case closed. So what you want to do is don't think about every other person or everybody the way Olawale is thinking about everybody. Think about yourself and try and secure the discount now. Okay. So I hope that works for you, Angela.
Yeah, it does. Thank you so
Fantastic.
much.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. All right. Okay. Next person is Gifts Temitope. There are two gifts, but Gifts Temitope, you're the next.
Thank you. Good evening. I was one that came late to the meeting. I was
Oh, all right.
in a physical meeting and I just got back and I joined
Oh,
immediately.
oh,
So, is there any other way I can get the information that was passed during the meeting? Because it seems like no one is answering my question directly,
all right.
and I have more
Okay.
questions about the details of what to expect during the training. Because I'm already in
Okay.
tech, honestly, but I'm just tired. I want to just move into something that is not as technical, and I want to
Hmm.
be able to get an international job, not just a job.
Okay.
Yes, I getting a job in Nigeria is not an issue for me. What I want is how to be positioned to get an international job that will pay me in foreign currency. So that's
Okay. So what's
my
your what's your current tech skill? You said you're already in tech. So what's your current skill?
I'm a software engineer, front end, back end, Go, C sharp, JavaScript.
Okay.
I'm just tiring writing code.
Hmm. So are you looking at pivoting into data analytics, data science, business
No, no, no.
analysis?
Business analytics, with data analytics, I'll still have to be doing SQL and writing Python. I'm not interested in all of that again.
All right. So you see, as a business analyst, it is true that you may not need SQL, you may not need Power BI, you may not need Excel, but we still add that to the business analysis. Even if your core focus as a business analyst would be project management, agile methodology, process mapping, which are actually not technical. You're actually right
Yeah.
about that. The reason we added those other tools is that we noticed that in the job market these days, recruiters, they would write business analyst, but
Yes.
in the job description, they will still be asking for some data analyst related skills. So that
Mm.
was why we added those ones, so that beyond uh, your project management tools like Draw.io, Miro, Azure DevOps, Jira, and the likes, you still have those data tools so that you are not stranded in the market when you get out there. Okay, so for somebody who is doing software engineering. Don't worry about SQL. Okay, SQL is not going to be an issue for you. All right.
No, it's not the training that I'm concerned about. My concern is getting
Okay.
a job, like the support for getting a job, international job.
Okay. All right. So, are you currently active on LinkedIn?
Yes, very active.
Very active. You post projects on LinkedIn.
Mostly talks, discussions on new things that are going on in the tech space and all.
Okay. Okay. All right. For somebody who is actively looking for a role, you will have to post projects. Okay. I can overemphasize the need to post projects. If you are participating in discussions, recruiters would mistake you for an expert and look the other way when they are looking for people who no. And when I say look at you as an expert, they're going to look at you that this person does not need a job or this person is not looking for a job active. If you get my
Mm.
point. So if you want to be seen as somebody who needs a job or is looking for a job, you want to post projects that would
Mm.
attract recruiters. So stuff you're working on, okay, maybe not your company stuff because of non-disclosure agreement. Look for open source projects that you can work on and post on LinkedIn. I think that's what you really need right now, Gift, if you ask me, right? But
So
if you want
what
more
I'm
clarity,
saying
yes.
is that I want to do this training and I want to pivot to something that is non-technical. But I just want to be sure that there is a support group or support system after this training to be able to secure a business analyst role.
Oh, definitely. You have all the supports that you need. All right. So one thing you need to do now is, or let me say two things: fill out the attendance form, and you can
Yeah, please
also
do.
fantastic. You can also book, and this is not just for gift now, for everybody who, like I see like 95 people still on this call. So if you want to have a one-on-one discussion with me later on, because I may not be able to answer everybody tonight, you can book a clarity session. One of my team members will post the link in the chat very soon.
Okay.
So just look for a time that's suitable for you, book the session, and make sure you attend the session so we can have a discussion. So it's going to be less crowded than what we have now. So you'll be able to
Okay.
ask me your questions. Yeah, and or any of my team members, you'll be able to ask questions more uh, privately,
Okay.
where we
I
can
would
answer
appreciate that.
questions. All right. So one of my team members, be looking at the chat. One of my team members will post the um, clarity booking link, so you can book a session and
Okay.
you can have that session later on. All right.
Thank you.
All right, it's a pleasure. Okay, so Stanley Eze, you are next on my list. Go ahead and ask your question before I go to the chat again. All
Hello,
right.
good evening.
So I can't hear. Okay, I can hear you now, Stanley.
All
I
right,
couldn't hear
good
you
evening.
a while ago.
It's,
Yeah. Hi, Stanley. Good evening.
I'm actually new in this field of endeavor, and I didn't start
Okay.
from the from the onset of the teaching. So what I'm asking,
Okay.
if you see my, is I've been asking if you have an office actually. Where are you located?
Yeah.
You
Okay.
have a
So you need
physical
to answer
office.
that, or you have other questions. I'm struggling to
So
hear
that's
you. I don't know
basically
whether
my
it's just
question.
me. Uh,
Okay, can you hear me now?
okay. First off, can we hear me? Can everybody hear me? Just give me a thumbs up. I want to know that's
Yes, I can.
Stanley. Can we hear me? Give me a thumbs up. Okay. So people can hear me. I hope you can hear me, Stanley. If I answer a question.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Brilliant. Brilliant one. All right. So here's the thing. We operate fully remotely. Okay, fully remotely, and we do that for three reasons. Reason number one is that we are preparing you for remote work. Okay, you want to be familiar with the remote work environment. So if you can't learn remotely, how can you work remotely then? That's the first thing. Number two is the experts that would work with you are not within your own locality. These are people that work with companies outside of your own locality. You know, they are located in different areas across Nigeria and Africa. So we still want to bring such quality to your classroom. Hence the reason why the classes hold 100% online. Okay, our team is located 100% online. And number three is that you're also going to be working with learners that are located outside of your own locality. You have students from Kenya, Ghana, South Africa, other countries of Africa, outside of Nigeria. Uh, how do these people benefit from a program like this, of this quality, if it is not online? So these are the three reasons why we operate fully remotely. All right. So I hope that answers your question, Stanley.
Well, basically, what I understand from what you're saying, you operate 100% online and you don't have a physical office.
100% remotely. Like many other 100% remote work spaces. So yeah.
All right. So
Okay. So is that the only question you have, or you have more questions to ask,
you
Stanley?
afford on Upwork. I used to have an Upwork account, but I've not been able to secure any job on Upwork. You offer training on Upwork.
Okay. So let me give you something for free that you can start using now on Upwork. Okay. All right. I'll give you something for free right now that you can use to get results on Upwork. If you want to get results on Upwork, stop applying to jobs that were posted 1 hour ago, 30 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago. Stop applying to those jobs. When you go on Upwork, only hit the apply button for jobs that were posted that time that you logged in, literally 30 seconds ago, 1 minute ago. Once it is entering 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, don't waste your time to apply to the job. Look for jobs that are literally posted that particular time you logged in. You'll get results. Just that one thing that I've given you, you start getting results if you can apply it religiously. All right. So I hope that answers your question, Stanley.
It's all right. I'll give it a try.
All right. All
Thank you very
right. So I'd love to know how it goes once you've tried it out. Okay. So let's go to the next person. Ade, go ahead with your question. After Ade, I think I have some questions in the chat. I'll go back to the chat and see, because I can see somebody asking, is it possible for one to join next cohort? I mean, that might help one prepare financially. Well, when you say one, are you referring to yourself or someone else? Treasure. Are you referring to yourself or someone else? With yourself, I don't know. Next cohort. I don't know whether there will be a next cohort. I doubt that. Okay. Now is the time. All right. Now is the time. So that's my answer for you. Oh, I've already invested in some others. All right. So now is the time for you, Treasure. I need assistance. I need the attendance registration link. Okay, they've provided it. You can also book a clarity session, just in case I'm not able to answer a question today. Book a clarity session. You can see the link in the chat. Book a session with me so that you can hear me out one-on-one. You can ask me question rather one-on-one. Sir, please, what's the difference between data analysis and business analysis? All right, so data analysis is pretty much taking data and turning it into visuals. Business analysis is more like project management, but a bigger project management career path. So what's the difference between business analysis and project management? So that I drive my point home. Project management, or let me say a project manager uses what we call waterfall methodology. When they are managing a project, they wait till the end of the project before they present the results to stakeholders. While on the flip side, a business analyst would incrementally present products, or let me say, they call it shippable milestone in a product development life cycle. So when they reach a particular milestone, they present. It's not the final thing, but they still present it. So if the stakeholder needs to make changes, those changes can be made while the project is ongoing and they still meet up with the deadline. You can never achieve that with an ordinary project manager. So that's the difference between a business analyst, project manager, and data analyst. I hope I answered the question. Gifts. Somebody's asking, thank you so much for this session. My question is this: I am sure I won't be able to pay for this class now yet, but I'm very interested in tech. What do you advise I do to build myself until I can join? Secondly, is it very time demanding, as I'm also into fashion design? So here's the thing. Let me start with your second question. Mesur. I don't know if I pronounced your name correctly. I hope I did. I'm not a motivational speaker, but one of the things that has built me personally and I've used to actually build people in the course of me mentoring and also leading teams is that whatever is worth doing is worth doing well. It is funny that when we were in school, most people want to focus on that schooling and ditch whatever other skill that they have. You see somebody learning, let's say mechanic work, for example, they would ditch that, go to school, okay, go to school and spend how many? I spent 7 years in school, right? Everything regarding school, 7 years. You spend 7 good years only to come out of school and start looking for a different skill altogether to learn. Now, if somebody can sacrifice their current skill, I'm trying to make a point here, for 7 years worth of learning that they would not eventually use, how much more 3 months of dedication, 4 months of dedication, squarely facing that thing for 4 straight months without distraction, something that will yield you a career. How much more? So the decision is yours, but that's my candid advice. Okay, and I tell people whatever is worth doing if you've decided that, all right, this is what my time, then you need to dedicate time to it. All right. So I'm not going to say it's time demanding, because it sounds like as if you are being forced to learn tech. You're not forced, okay? It's a choice. You make the choice, and then you show up. That's why I said this is not forex, okay? Not to scare you, but forex sounds like a walk in the park, the way it's been advertised. So here you need, apart from your laptop, your access to internet, your access to power, you need your dedication. You need to show up. When we say attend class, you have to attend class. And if you miss the class, you need to go back to the recording. It takes discipline and dedication for you to miss a class and then go back to watch the recording. Okay? So if you're ready to do that, then you're the kind of person we want to work with. All right. Then with regards to, you can't get into the class now. Well, I'm a bit shocked. Okay. I don't know why that is. I would love to know more about yourself. Is it a student? Currently, you have a guardian that is responsible for you as of right now. What's the situation? So I know exactly how to give advice. Now I'm gonna ask those who are raising their hands to ask questions. Only the two people that I can see their hand up right now will ask questions, and then I'll go back to the chat, and then we close for tonight, and the discount is off. Matthias Badmos, your hand is next. Go ahead and ask a question.
All right, good evening.
Good evening. How are you doing tonight?
Very well, thank you. So, thank you for the insights, first of all. And
It's a pleasure.
my question is this. I was in the class, and at some point, I know I became offline because of
Okay.
network challenges. So I missed out on certain parts. And then coming back, I already see people talking about the costs. And so I missed out. Did you mention the cost of the course? If yes, what's the cost? Because I missed out on that part.
Okay. All right. So it's right on my screen right now. I'm not sure whether can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So let me just take you back a little bit. Let's see. Yes. So the price of, or the costs, however I want to put it, of the program is 350,000. Right now there is a 100K discount. So instead of 350K, you pay 250,000. To make it even better, you can split it into three. 85,000 to get started October 4th, 85,000 1 month after, then 80,000 the following month. Okay, if you do the mathematics, that equals 250,000. Okay, and you can pay either via our website or through a direct transfer to our Sterling bank account 0098999047. Afterwards, you can send a DM to us with a proof of payment so you can get the next steps of enrollment, the instructions to the next steps. The number is 0703-215-8619 or 0701-564-7028. And you can secure your spot right now with at least 30,000 naira. Okay, at least 30,000 naira, that secures your spot so that you safeguard your discount position, because it's gonna end once I drop off this call in the next, let's say, 12 minutes. So that's pretty much the part that I think you missed from what you said. So I hope I answered your question.
Okay. Yes. So please, the next one is, I am currently working at the moment. The classes would be taken. How flexible are they? Because for most of the time during the day, I would be very busy at work. So how flexible are the classes, and what are the things I basically need?
Okay, so let's start from what you need, then we'll go to the classes. Now, when people ask me the question, I tell them you need a laptop or at least access to a laptop. You need internet access. You need access to power, and you need your dedication and interests. That's what you need. Then, as for the schedule, the classes are mainly during the weekend. Saturdays, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Work on real world projects under the guidance of an instructor. And then on Sundays and through the week, you get videos, preparatory videos where you decide when to watch them. Key thing is you watch them all ahead of the next class the following Saturday. During the week, you also have sessions, but they are not classes. They are pretty much Tuesday, 9 to 10 p.m. You have what we call support session, mainly for you to complain about anything or ask questions on any gray areas, just like a support session. And then on Thursdays, you have mentorship where we discuss things that are outside the technical bit that you need to learn, like how to introduce yourself in an interview, how to negotiate salary, and so on and so forth. Now, all these sessions, as they are happening live, they'll be recorded. So that, say, for example, something happened. Now, this is not me encouraging you to miss classes. But of course, we're adults, things can come up, responsibilities can call. If you have to miss classes, then you will be obliged to go back to the recording to watch the recording. Okay, once you watch the recording, you'll be in a WhatsApp group where your instructor will also be there alongside with other learners. You can ask your questions, tag the instructor, and they would respond and give you guidance. So that's pretty much what it is regarding the schedule. I don't know if that works for you.
Okay, yes, that works. That works. The only part I would have had a challenge is had it been the Saturday classes were not recorded, because sometimes I work on Saturdays, but since you said they are all recorded, I think it works for me.
Brilliant, brilliant one there. All right. So I'm looking forward to receiving your DM on one of our lines. All right.
Please, can you call the number again, please? Can you
Okay.
call the number?
Okay, 07. Let me call this one. Let me type. What if I type it in the chat just so that you get it?
It's perfect. Perfect.
All right.
All right.
Okay, let me type it in the chat.
All
Okay, so done. Any of those two works. All right.
All right.
So
Sid.
it's a pleasure. Okay, so let us go to the next person. That'll be Elizabeth. Elizabeth, and then we'll go to the chat. Okay, so I'm not sure Elizabeth is with us, so I'll just go to the chat and see questions. Chidi Greatness is asking, during the 1 month internship, will one be paid pending to get employed? What I tell people is this: if you're looking for money, it's not, then you don't want to, it's not internship you're targeting. You target the real job itself. Internship is meant to give you hands-on experience. Okay, internship is meant to give you hands-on experience, not where you make money. All right, if you want to make money, you apply to jobs. Okay, funny how some of our students actually get jobs before they even finish their program. So those of them that are serious with applying to jobs, because like I said earlier in the session, if you were listening or if you were here, we don't wait till you finish your course before we start urging you to apply to jobs. And if you're one of those who heed to our advice, you stand a chance of getting yourself a job while you're on the program, which is brilliant. Okay, so in internship, whether with Nebiant Analytics or outside of Nebiant Analytics, is not meant to get you rich. Okay, internship is meant to give you experience. All right, so I hope I answered that question, Chidi. Who else? Florence is asking, I'm interested on this, please. There should be another cohort. So there should be another cohort, but there may not be another cohort. Okay, and the cohort is starting next month, which is October 4th. So you're saying at least next month, Florence. So I'm not sure again what we're talking about. All right. So to cut the long story short, register yourself. The opportunity is here right now, staring at you. So all you need to do is to take action. All right. I need clarity on the cost. Okay, Matthias have already answered the question. Janet is asking, so I wasn't really active due to network. What about digital marketing? Okay, digital marketing, yes, it pays you, but not as much as being a data analyst. All right, because after a digital marketer does their job, you still need the data analyst to further analyze the data. Okay, so that's pretty much it for you, Janet. Good evening, good evening, good evening, everyone. Okay, Iber is asking, I would love to participate, but I don't have the money now. What a big roadblock. So, Iberia, what you want to do is this. You want to sit down and ask yourself, I don't have money now. Is that enough reason for you not to benefit for this? The answer may sound like yes, but here's the gist. Okay, here's the gist. One, let's say, please, okay, let me turn off our mics. So now, here is the thing. I've missed the Barry's question. Okay, yes. So I don't have money now. Let's say you come back here 1 year down the line, just 1 year down the line, and somebody who took their decision to take that step tonight to enroll themselves for this program, 1 year down the line is now in tech and earning, and you still haven't gotten into tech. Why? Because 1 year ago you did not have the money now. Do you think 1 year down the line that's still enough reason for you not to be earning in tech? So if your answer is yes, then I agree with you with your reason right now. If your answer is no, then I suggest that you start making moves. Okay? You start making moves to see to it that what you have on your screen now, get it for yourself as well. Okay? Speak to a guardian, speak to friends and family. If you need me to answer questions on your behalf, I can jump on the call with you, because guess what? They will definitely want to know more about what they want to put their money in. Okay, so I'll be glad to answer questions on your behalf. So let's take that step instead of saying, "Oh, apparently I don't have the money, so it's closed." Okay, so look 1 year down the line, what you stand to gain or lose. So whichever one you prefer, that should drive your action now. So I hope that answers your question. Please, can the discount stay till money? So who is that? Or Ogenemaro? Ogenemaro, do you need it to stay till money? Okay, because it sounds like you're asking for everybody, or is it for yourself? So Ogenemaro, why not tonight? Why money? Why money? You know, I heard that people that have money. Okay, let me explain something to you guys. Whenever I see somebody saying, I cannot transfer in the night, it has to wait till midnight. That's the first second of the next day. It means that person exceeded, let me not assume. That person has so much money that they exceeded their transfer limits that very day. So they couldn't make any transfer. Okay? So Ogenemaro, you're a suspect. You're a suspect. Okay? You're a suspect. So what's the situation? Well, you know what? You send us a DM. Let's see what exactly the issue is. Because guess what? The discount is off once I drop off this call. Just 2 minutes more on this call, and we're done. Grace is asking, I'm interested in these, but currently do not have the finance. Please, when next? So that you're asking the wrong question. Grace, you're asking it's not about when next. It's about what you need to start doing now. Just like a berry, okay? don't wait for a next time. The best time is now. Start taking steps now. Because guess what? Even if there is a next time, you tell me, can we have it next year? Imagine somebody asking me, oh, can I get into tech next year? In this day and time when things are moving very fast, you still want to wait till next year? Well, choice is yours. Deborah is asking, I just got to know about this program earlier today and immediately registered. I really want to learn. Can discount extend a bit? So a bit is a little bit vague. A bit can be, I mean, if you look at now and December, that's a bit. If you look at now and in the next 10 minutes, that's still a bit. So what is a bit? A bit is vague. All right, but you can make it clear via our DM. Send us a DM, tell us what a bit is, and we'll reply you and see if it's something that can work or not. Is it advisable to learn to work, start working, go for my master's at the same time? Yes, I know of quite a number of people that have done it. Okay, better still is if your work is remote. Remote work is sweet. All right, it's not a bed of roses. Okay, because it's still work. Work is work. Work is not play, right? But it is sweet. It is sweet to do. This is coming from somebody who's been working for the past couple of years from home. So again, it's not a bed of roses, like I'm telling you. Okay, it's not a bed of roses, but guess what? It is very sweet. And the reason I'm saying it's not a bed of roses is because it's work, it's not play. It's not as if you're going to be playing at home, right? You're going to be working. So if you know, you know. Is it advice? Okay, I think I've answered that question. Hello. Okay, thank you. All right. I'm so sorry. I just joined the meeting barely 5 minutes ago. Oh, you missed. Victoria, fill out the attendance form. If you are still here, fill out the attendance form so you can get the recording. All right. Is it possible to highlight what has been said? So fill out the attendance form or book a clarity session so that you don't, you get the opportunity to ask your questions. And then you also get the recording of the session so you can go through it in your leisure time. Janet is asking, okay, is phone advisable to be? No. Don't even mention phone. Okay. You are going to be working using a laptop, right? When you get employed, you use a laptop to work. So because what we are teaching you is practically what is obtainable on the job, you need a laptop. And like I said earlier, you don't need to own a laptop. You need at least access to a laptop. They are two different things. Those who really want it know the difference. So, Janet, that's what you need to do now. All right. Is this a money back guarantee? I don't understand your question. I don't understand your question. What do you mean a money back guarantee? For example, just to clear the air, I'm not guaranteeing you a job. I don't manufacture jobs. Okay, Danny. We don't manufacture jobs, all right? So, is this a money back guarantee? I don't really know your question, okay? So, I'm not sure what your question is. Maybe you want to rephrase your question one more time. Let me see. All right, what's the deadline if I want to make the one-time payment of 250K? All right, again, like I said, it's a discount. The discount is off tonight. All right, so Godwin, I hope that's clear. Please, can the discount extend to weekend? Again, send us a DM if you think you need time. If time is what you need, send us a DM. But guess what? Once I drop off this call, ideally the discount is off. Okay, so if you've not sent a DM before then, you can as well forget about the discount. 350K is what you should now start looking for. All right, just fill out the attendance form. Great, Victoria. Okay, thank you. Brilliant. So I think we've come to the end of tonight's session. I really enjoyed myself. I hope you got value for your time. For those who are still here, I think I have up to like 50 people still here. I really appreciate your time. I hope this session was worth your while and you learned one or two things from the tricks that recruiters use to also how you can get past the ATS and what you need to do right now. So guys, I see you on the other side in class when the program starts. For now, it is bye from me. Have a wonderful night's rest, guys. Book a clarity session if you haven't already, so that we meet again and you can ask a question if you did not get the opportunity to ask a question tonight. Cheers, guys, and have a wonderful night's rest.